Hi, welcome. I'm Jackie Keneally, and this is Yoga Literacy with the St. Louis Public Library. Each week, I bring you a 30-minute yoga class that's good for beginners on up, and I also recommend a book or an audiobook or an ebook or some resource that's available to you through the public library. So this week, our theme is Easy Does It. We're going to be doing this really nice routine for the joints mostly, and then just some great basic stretches. And I see this routine as a perfect way to start your day, especially if you have arthritis or joint issues, or if you're recovering from an injury, or if you're just kind of getting your body used to moving more again. It's a reminder that you don't have to be really intense. You don't have to push yourself really hard. Just get moving, take care of yourself, and you'll feel better and better every day. The book I'm recommending is actually an audio program that's available through the Hoopla app, and it's called Daring to Rest, the 40-day Yoga Nidra program. I might have gotten that subtitle wrong, but Daring to Rest, there's a link to it in the description below. Yoga Nidra, if you are not familiar with it, kind of looks just like lying down and taking a nap. You're still, you're on your back, or you could also be seated if it's more comfortable for you. And the person who's giving the Yoga Nidra, the teacher, the recording, is guiding you through guided relaxation, visualization. If you're familiar with Shavasana, which if you've been taking these classes with me, you probably are, we're just laying down at the end of class. It's like Shavasana, but it's longer. And the reason you might want to practice Yoga Nidra is if you feel stressed out, which who doesn't? If you feel like you're overworked, if you feel like you're overdoing, if you're always trying to do more and more and more, and you're feeling burnt out or maybe even exhausted. Now, if you choose to do this program, the author will explain everything you need to know about practicing it and more details about what it is, what it looks like, and the benefits of Yoga Nidra. But just for now, know that essentially you're helping your nervous system go into this really rested state. And in that rested state can come so much healing for your body, your mind, your soul, your mind. I already said that one. Your body, mind, soul, heart, all of it. So I hope you try it. And the only issue with the recording on Hoopla is that if it's a 40-day program, you only get the checkout for 14 days. So place a bookmark where you leave off, and then when you re-check it out, the bookmark should still be there for you to save where you left off last time. Okay, enough about that. Let's get started with our practice. I'm excited about today. I think you're gonna like it. This practice is called Dasa Chalana, and it's a traditional yogic or Ayurvedic joint warm-up. Dasha means 10, Chalana means turning. So it's called a joint churning, and we'll go through 10 major joints, 10 movements, and throw a little bit extra in there, and then we'll come onto the ground for some nice stretching. So just come to a comfortable stance. Take a moment to shift your weight side to side. Spread your toes out. Maybe rock your weight forward and back on your feet. And then step your right foot back and roll on your foot. Now, if balance feels a little tricky for you with your foot back like this, just place your hand on a wall. You're rolling on the top of your foot and around the toes into the ball of your foot. And there might be a little bit of crackling or popping there when you do it. Let's go into the top of the foot now and just stretch that for a moment. So if my toes tucked under, top part of the foot on the ground. And then switch, so the ball of the foot's on the ground, and I'm pressing into the bottom of my toes. Okay, right foot back up. Take a breath. And then bring your left foot back. And roll your ankle. If your ankle's feeling really stiff, or you're not used to doing a movement like this, it can take a little bit of practice to get the feeling of circling the ankle. But it will improve if you do this, a couple mornings a week for a few weeks. You'll definitely see a difference there. Come onto the top of your foot. Feel a stretch through the top of your foot and your ankle. And then tuck your toes. Lift your heel. And let it go. Okay. And both feet on the ground, just where they're comfortable. And then bring your hands down to your knees. These are knee circles. If you have, any knee issues or arthritis in your knees, you might take these little baby circles. You can also take them bigger. We'll go both directions. We'll go the other way. Then let's bend and straighten the knees a few times. You can keep your hands resting on your thighs for support and just bend and straighten. So as you might be able to tell already, we're starting at the bottom and working our way up with these exercises. Okay, so stand. Next is the hips. And bring your hands to your hips. And think about your tailbone. Imagine you have a heavy dinosaur tail behind you, and that you're just trying to move that dinosaur tail in a little circle, but you're kind of hiding it. Just little tiny circles with your tailbone, like you're a dino who wants to dance, but you're shy. Little tiny circles. And then let's make big circles with your hips. No more shy dinosaur, you're really just going for it. Make the biggest, fullest circles that you can. And if there's a spot that feels especially like, ooh, yeah, could pause there. And we'll go both directions. I hope that watching this, you can see me well. I can tell that the sun right now is on me in a kind of weird, shadowy way, but we're just circling our hips. We feel the back, the sides, the front. Let's do one more loop around. We'll come to the center. Take a moment, notice how your body feels from your hips below. Any more awake? Any more grounded? Take a moment to spread out your toes. Give a little shake at your hips. And then let your arms rest at your sides. Bring your hands together and circle your wrists. So interlace your fingers and imagine you're tracing a figure 8 or an infinity sign with your hands. It can take some focus and some getting used to. Figure 8, hands, and now can we reverse? And that's even harder. The look of focus on my face right now, I'm sure, is intense. Okay, now bring your wrists together. And all that you're thinking about here, I'll move a little closer to show, is having some part of your wrist touching this whole time. So you're kind of circling your hands around each other like that. Keep going. And then we'll separate the hands. Open your hands and close. Fast. And that can feel harder than you might expect. And we'll shake out the hands. And imagine your hands are two butterflies around you. That's a cue that I learned from one of my teachers, Sudha Lundin. Two butterflies around you. And then arms to your sides. Move up to your shoulders now. Circle your shoulders up towards your ears, back, and down. Nice, slow, big rolls. Think as if you were giving yourself a massage here. Let's keep going a few more so that you can get a few nice big exhales when your shoulders go down. Now we'll switch. So bring your shoulders up and around, almost like you're doing a butterfly stroke in the pool. Don't be afraid to move your arms in a big way. Let's do 3 more deep breaths out through your mouth. And meanwhile, your knees are a little bit bent, a little soft in the knees. Let's do one last. Arms going down. And then reverse it for 1, because most of us don't have the problem of our shoulders being too far back. We have the problem of our shoulders being hunched. So let's bring our shoulders back and down. All right, take your feet a little bit wider than your hips now. And to start, keep your feet facing forward, knees a little bit bent, and we're twisting side to side. Let your elbows bend. So this is a pretty mild twist side to side. And your arms, your forearms, are tapping against your upper belly and your back low ribs. Maybe your head's turning a little bit. All right, now you can stay here, especially if you've got something going on in your back or this is just where you want to stay. Or you can take your feet heel distance wider, one heel toe wider, and turn a little bit more aggressively, lifting your heels now. So when you turn to the side, if you're facing the right, your left heel's lifted and your toes are pointing a little bit over to the right. Once you've got that, try not to think too hard about it. We call this empty coat sleeves a lot. You can think of that kid on the playground with their arms tucked into their coat, twisting side to side, usually with their hood up and the drawstring tied really tight around their head. Now I could do this for the rest of the 30-minute video, I think, but let's start to wind down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now don't step on the brake. Take your foot off the gas and coast slowly, losing momentum, back to the center. All right, let's pause there on the joint churning. We'll do a couple more things standing up, and then we'll finish up sitting down on the ground. I'm actually going to move my mat a little closer so I'm out of the sun. A little easier to see. Okay. Let's start making fists. Tap your outer legs and go down. And then with palms, come up your inner legs. Switch back to fists and tap your leg gates. So where your lap would start if you were sitting down, and then go back out. Down. Up. Front. Let's do it a couple more times. Down the outsides. Up the insides. Here's the last one. Tap the leg gates only and relax your glutes. Then go to your outer legs. Shake out your hands. Go up and down on your feet a couple times. Notice how you feel. Shoulders a little roll. Let's let the body shake for a moment. Just loose jaw, relaxed limbs, feeling good. Easy does it. And then down onto the ground. So any way you can sit and get down comfortably is good. Also to say, you could do this easily in a chair too. So if the ground is not an option for where you're at today, instead find a chair. We'll pick up with our joint churning here. So we kind of stopped at the shoulders and the chest. So let's go up to the neck and the head. You can let your eyes close or look down. Then bring your chin down towards your chest. Nose over to the right, and trace a circle with the tip of your nose up to the left, down towards your chest. And just like that, these circles can be small or big. See which feels better. Next time your chin comes down towards your chest, switch directions. We'll take a few smooth loops this way. And now, time to explore. So keep going this direction, but when there's a spot that feels like there's some tension there, just pause there. You can move your chin up and down a little bit. You can stretch like the front of your throat. You'll feel that. Over to the other side. In the back of your neck. And then let's switch directions and do an exploratory circle the other way. I always feel some tension just like under my jaw. Feels nice to linger on. Nice, but a little bit intense. Okay. Bring your head to center. And move your head back a little bit so that your ears are right over your shoulders. Let the base of your skull lift up. Now breathe in, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Breathe out, shoulders fall down. We'll do that a few more times, and you can keep this slow, like that pace, or you can make it quicker. Breathe in as they come up, and breathe out as they come down, whatever pace you're going at. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Give your shoulders a few rolls going back and down. For this last part of class, last part of our session, let's move into some deeper stretching and a few more broad spinal movements. And then you'll be ready to start your day. So to start, stretch your arms up and your palms face the ceiling. Then take your head over towards the right side. Flip your left palm, bring your left palm to the ground, or fingertips to the ground, and then your right hand to the outside of your head. Now you don't have to pull with your hand, just let your hand be a nice weight here. And feel that your head is heavy down towards your right ear. Take a deep breath in, then lower your chin just an inch down towards your chest. Deep breath in here. And then chin goes down another inch. Now if that starts to feel sharp at all, back off. Take your hand off your head. You don't have to lower anymore. Take it easy. I'd like us to stay here for a few more slow breaths. The head stays, but your hand comes back down to your lap. But let your head stay over to the side. Imagine that someone you like has their hand on your left shoulder, just like gently pressing your left shoulder down. Okay, keep your head here still. Bring your right fingertips to your temple and use your arm to push your head back up to the center. Don't use the muscles of your neck. Use your arm to go back up. Ooh, and then take your hands to your lap. Just pause. Notice how your neck feels different side to side. Let's do the other side. Lift your arms. Stretch. Flip your right fingertips to face down. Bring your fingers to the ground, your left ear towards your left shoulder, your left hand to your right side of head. Okay. Let's take a few breaths here. And remember, ask your left hand to be more of a friendly weight, a weighted blanket, than something that's pulling your head at all. The stretch comes from your head being heavy down towards your shoulder. Now, if it feels okay, lower your chin a couple inches. Take a deep breath. And then lower your chin a couple inches. Take a few breaths here. Keep your right fingertips connected to the ground, slightly reaching towards the ground. Now leave your head where it is, but take your left hand off your head, but left ear still down towards your shoulder, and your head is still heavy. Your right shoulder's heavy. And there's this nice expansive stretch on the side of your neck. All right, without using the muscles of your neck, bring your left fingertips to your temple and push your fingertips up. Push your head up using your fingertips and bring both hands to your lap. Now just be still for a moment before you move your neck. Take a few deep breaths. Notice how you feel. Notice how your neck feels. And then give a few tiny circles with your nose. Think about a golf ball size circle with your nose. Go both directions. Give your shoulders a roll. Lift your chin. And lower. Okay, left hand off to the side. Stretch your right arm over your head. Hand back down and other side. Just a nice stretch side to side. Here's another option if that's a lot for your shoulders. Imagine that your hand is lifting the side of your shirt up as you lean from side to side, just like this, what I'm doing here. Let's go a couple more times, side to side, and maybe taking the time to stretch the side of your neck that way is having a chain reaction down your side. Letting your side stretch longer because the side of your neck is stretching. Next time your left hand comes down, let's leave your hands down. Give a nice roll of the shoulders and shift forward. Come to hands and knees. If you're in a chair, just stay where you are. You'll do the spinal movement from your chair. Lift your chest, lift your tail, lift your chin, and round everything, cat and cow. Feel your whole body, your ankles. Maybe even circle the ankles here. Your knees, your hips, sides of your waist, shoulders, wrists, neck. Everything's involved. Let's do one more. And come to a neutral spine. Walk your hands forward, and we're just going to lie down on the ground. Stack your hands and rest your head down on your hands. Take a moment to wiggle your legs back long behind you. You stay there. I'm sitting up. And we will take 5 deep breaths or more if you want to stay for longer, but at least 5. Feel your belly expand and your back expand. Feel your jaw relax. deep breath. And you can slide your hands back so they're alongside your low ribs, wide palms, press the ground away, press up. Come back to a seat. Let's close our practice. And bring your palms together. And if you'd like, take a moment of gratitude. A few things, maybe real small, specific things that you're grateful for today. And we'll close our practice with a bow. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.